how bad things may seem, I can always rely on my friends.
Okay, that sound of joy.
You probably thought you were going on a date with the hottest, smartest, funniest, coolest, most interesting person who was ever born.
Maybe I am.
Love doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be honest.
It was the 80s. Stuff got real.
We just want to make sure that you understand that as your parents, we are not to blame.
I just came back to tell you, magic is real!
It is! It really is!
Disney Plus has officially turned your room into the room where it happens with a filmed version of Hamilton and its original Broadway cast, who took home 11 Tony Awards and a Pulitzer Prize for Drama in 2016. So if you want to keep riding the high of Lin-Manuel Miranda's hip-hop and R&B retelling of early American history, here's what we think you should watch next. First, let's dive into hip-hop history. In the words of Aaron Burr, well, fictional rapping Aaron Burr, get your education, don't forget from whence you came, by checking out Hip Hop Evolution on Netflix. This is a Peabody Award-winning docuseries that celebrates the artists who built hip-hop, many of whom had a huge influence on Hamilton writer-star Lin-Manuel Miranda.
You would not be mad, you'd be like, that is hot.
You'll catch lots of connections to Miranda's work, but for a particularly Hamiltonian slice of rap history, jump to Season 2, Episode 4, New York State of Mind. It features early 90s East Coast rappers including Nas, who, like Hamilton, wrote his way out. The poetry of his words lifted him into cultural prominence.
Nasty Nas in your area, about to cause mass hysteria.
Also, the Notorious B.I.G., whose fingerprints are all over Miranda's musical, from the very framework of the 10 Dual Commandments to the spelling out of Alexander in My Shot.
It's the N-O-T-O-R-I-O-U-S. You just lay down slow.
Hamilton also gave a shot to some great new talent, like two of the show's Tony-winning stars, Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Aaron Burr, and Daveed Diggs, who plays Jefferson and Lafayette. So why not head over to Apple TV Plus to hear them both voicing characters on the new animated musical series Central Park. This comedy from the co-creators of Bob's Burgers bounces between traditional and more modern musical stylings to keep things feeling fresh.
I know it looks like dog-napping behavior, but trust me, Dad, I'm this furry guy's savior.
Josh Gad takes on singing narrator duties, sorry Leslie, in this untold story of the inner workings of Central Park. Leslie Odom Jr. plays eager dad and park caretaker Owen Tillerman, and Daveed Diggs voices Helen, the long-suffering assistant to an elderly heiress.
How could this have happened, Helen?
I know, it's really, really terrible. I can't stand it.
Now, if Hamilton has you wanting another stage musical that pushes the boundaries of the form, then grab a virtual ticket to Passing Strange. Spike Lee directed a filming of the show, and it's available to rent or buy on Apple TV. Singer-songwriter Stu narrates the semi-autobiographical tale of his experience as a young artist.
Amsterdam, spring sunshine, and the vibe is alive, and the girls look fine. He sits in a cafe, like Baldwin in the day.
The result is part rock show, part theater, with high-energy musicians that constantly engage with the audience. And playing the leading young man is none other than Golden Voice Daniel Breaker, who took over the role of Aaron Burr on Broadway in Hamilton in August of 2017. Now, we'd love to be able to offer up another Lin-Manuel Miranda musical like In the Heights, but sadly, John M. Chu's cinematic take has been delayed until June of 2021. What we can recommend is a movie that makes clear why Lin-Manuel Miranda has called hip-hop the music of revolution. 2015's Straight Outta Compton, the Oscar-nominated film about the seminal hip-hop group NWA. You can rent or buy it now on Prime Video.
Cruising down the street in my 6'4". Hey, that was dope, eh?
Throughout the film, we see how the impact of NWA's words sent ripples through American culture and how painfully poignant they remain to this day. To capture the authentic energy of the story, director F. Gary Gray brings his hands-on experience creating iconic 90s music videos for Dr. Dre and Ice Cube. And it only adds to the realism that Cube's own talented son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., plays the role of the explosive MC.
Yo, Dre, what up?
I got something to say.
Okay, so there's a lot for you to watch, but luckily, as Aaron Burr would say, the world is wide enough for both Hamilton and all these other shows and movies. I may be paraphrasing.
I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught.
If you need a break from all the scary stuff coming out this season, here are 6 highly anticipated, horror-free movies and TV shows to watch in October 2021, presented by USAA. Start with the long-awaited release of No Time to Die, in theaters October 8th.
You can imagine why I've come back to play.
Daniel Craig suits up as Bond for the last time. He's got his MI6 team back in the earpiece, Ana de Armas and Lashana Lynch joining him in the field, and Rami Malek as his disturbing rival.
I'm a man willing to kill the person you love most.
Another action thriller to hop into on October 8th, new episodes of Leverage Redemption stream on IMDb TV. The revival of the TNT series modernizes the Robin Hood-style crime team for a new generation.
I tailed you just like Parker taught me when I was 11.
I teach every kid I meet how to do crime. Crime is fun.
Speaking of timely updates, on October 22nd, director Denis Villeneuve remakes the dreams of sci-fi fans everywhere with Dune, in theaters and streaming on HBO Max.
Do you often dream things that happen just as you dreamed them?
Yes.
Timothée Chalamet leads the mystic space epic alongside Zendaya, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, and more stars than you can fit into the mouth of a giant sandworm.
Where the fear is gone, only I will remain.
If you want another relevant remake with a slightly different tone, Season 2 of The Babysitter's Club drops October 11th on Netflix.
Hello? Did the screen freeze? Or do you have complicated feelings about this that I really should have taken into account?
Whether you grew up with the original series or you're currently dealing with your first crush on an aloof older lifeguard, you'll appreciate the way the show takes on big issues like self-worth, remarriage, and gender identity with humor and heart.
That sculpture's cool. What's it about? Menstruation.
Another option for the whole family, Ron's Gone Wrong opens October 22nd in theaters. Zach Galifianakis voices a personal robot that is supposed to be one kid's new best friend, but he's got a few technical issues.
Hi, insert registered name. I am your.
And our last pick for the month, Walker, returns for Season 2 on the CW October 28th. The Texas Ranger reboot, starring Jared Padalecki of Supernatural fame, pairs its crime-fighting plots with a major focus on family drama.
What's happening? What's happening is your son is mopping the floor with. Yeah, I know he is, clearly.
Okay, watch these shows and movies, then go rate them on IMDb.
They're picking my family off one by one.
What can we hope for a part 2 of Dune?
Big spectacle.
This is an extermination.
Right now, the truth is that part 1 was there to create, to design and to build the foundation of this world.
You need to face your fears. Come with me.
If ever such a thing as part 2 occurs, if I've had the chance to do it, it's gonna just be pure fun.
Let's fight like demons.
Now the world is there. I don't have to explain almost nothing, just pure cinematic joy after. So I hope I will have the chance to do it.
But if your answer is no, you'll still be the only thing I ever needed you to be. My son.
In a strange way, Dune Part 1 is an appetizer. You know, the real meal is Dune Part 2.
Yorgos sent us lots of films to watch, particularly old black and white comedies.
He also sent a good number of kind of dance videos.
I'd like to enjoy the music now.
He sent us 3 clips from 3 different films. No explanation, no I like X, Y, and Z about this, just 3 clips. And the clips were from, let me see if I can remember what the films were.